So I firmly believe that the reason why there's so much porn everywhere and that no one is talking about working with the sexual energy in a healthy way is because once we do start doing that, we start getting our strength back. And when we get our strength back, we might start resisting. Resisting what? Like the whole fucked up thing that's happening in the world. You know, we're all loving people. We want to have a good, happy life. We want to fulfill ourselves. But the powers that be do want to keep us in this like slave mode. And in order to do that, they have to keep us weak and disconnected and sick and lonely and desperate, which is what the internet is currently doing to humanity. So even if someone does activate their sexual energy in masturbation, it's going to be with porn. And the porn is going to be very extreme in its intensity, and it's going to raise our sexual energy very fast, very strong. We won't be able to control it necessarily. And also maybe later on when we get to the real sexual encounters in our life, you know, it won't be as strong as porn, and then maybe we will experience some dysfunction in our sexuality because of all the porn that we've watched. And that is very true for men. And I think porn is weakening men all over the world. And I think that if we want to regain our power, we need to stop watching porn. And my best advice would be to imagine porn instead of actually watching it, because the level of intensity that you will experience from your imagination is a lot less powerful and intense, you know, than porn, and also a lot closer to reality and to the actual feelings and sensations that you're going to feel while having sex. So I feel like the modern world, the capitalistic modern world, Western world, is weakening men by extracting and basically extracting their life energy and their life force through porn and extreme sexuality online. For women, it feels like it might be a little bit different, because what I felt in the last 5 or 6 years is that women live by this code that men are horny bastards, they're disgusting, they do things to women, they SA women, you know, they can't control themselves. And we need to put a stop to this. You know, we need to stop these men for being so horny. And basically a mass castration of men by women. And this whole like woke bullshit did not help. I think it has contributed a lot to the situation. I do want to state that once upon a time in my early 20s, I was a feminist. I was never radical. I've always loved men. I've always been a straight woman who loves men. But I had a lot of anger at my dad and at men in general. And I was a little bit of a feminist. And I wasn't attacking men, but I was kind of undermining them and belittling them and very angry at them and like, you should know better, you need to know how to control yourself, and this and this and this and this is not okay. And I was very angry. And all the healing that I've done and the emotional work that I've done and the meditation that I still practice every day has healed a lot of those parts inside of me. And today, you know, I do sessions mainly with men, and I'm very loving with men, and I see their pain, and I'm not angry anymore, and like, I get it. Women, on the other hand, I still have issues with, because although I'm not the woman that I used to be in this like feminist term or way, a lot of women are, and I don't know how to get along with them. I feel like they're all being victims of men. I don't see men as perpetrators, as like evil people, and so I don't see a reason why we should be their victim. But I feel like that's the vibe with women, and in general, that causes women to believe and to think that sex is not a good thing. And it's something that men like to do. And if I'm submissive to men, then I'll like sex. And if I'm not submissive, then I won't like sex. Then sometimes they'll look at women like me, who maybe I dress a bit like sexy, provocative, whatever. I don't really think so, but some women are judging me for that. And I'm talking about sex in a healthy way, and I'm connecting it to spirituality and to meditation and to healing. But they'll still diss me and be like, oh, she's a hoe or whatever, because she's talking about these things and She's uploading pictures where she's very sexual and she just wants sexual attention from men. So women aren't only castrating men's sexuality, but also other women's sexuality. And they're doing this on the premise that they're victims. Now, women have been victims of men for centuries. That's not new. But that's changed in the modern world, and I don't feel like we're victims anymore. And I feel like instead of finding our inner power, this whole fight with men is just making us weaker. And it is also disconnecting us from our sexuality. And like we said with men, that the porn is disconnecting them from their sexuality and their sexual energy. That's how society, modern woke society, is disconnecting women from their sexuality. So now a sexual woman is a hoe, and she is an attention whore, and other women are looking down at her, and it's not okay to be sexual. Don't talk about masturbation or orgasms or anything like that. I'm a serious woman. Take me seriously. Don't talk to me about sex. Like, women can only be this like Playboy sex toy for men. But women can actually regain ownership and control and connection with their sexual energy, and that actually makes us powerful women. It also helps us to reconnect to our feminine side and the feminine energy. You know, where is it? I can't see it in the world. Even these like Silicon Valley women with the plastic and the surgery and all that, they behave and look like men. Like, where are the real women? I can't find them anymore. Maybe it's just bullshit in my brain, but I would love to see women reconnect to their femininity. And I think that in order to do that, we do need to reconnect to our sexuality. And women in Tantra are, you know, what they say is that women are naturally tantric. So our body is designed for the energy, the sexual energy, to go up, where with men it's to go out. So men in Tantra need to do more exercises and more work in order to become tantric, while women don't need to do that much because they're just naturally tantric. We are naturally sexual. Our womb inside our body is a portal between worlds that is activated through sexual energy. That's our power. All of our femininity, all of the delicate and gentle and kind and loving and compassionate energy comes from our femininity, from being women. Now, I know the world's gone crazy with what is a woman. I feel like it's very, very simple. A woman is someone who has a womb. It's the same word as woman. So there's a man who is without a womb and a woman who is with a womb. And the womb I see again is like this like cosmic portal that we have between worlds, and it's inside our body. So the main thing that I think is not spoken about enough is that these are all tactics, maybe by communist China, maybe by the 13 families who run everything, maybe by I don't know who, but it's tactics. These are tactics that are happening. The woke, the feminism, the castration of men, the extreme porn that we're exposed to. These are all tactics in order to, they're meant to disconnect us from ourselves, disconnect us from our power, disconnect us from our life force and our life energy, and to keep us zombie slaves, basically. And you can't be a zombie slave if you're horny and connected to your sexual energy and your life force. I mean, that just won't work. Someone who's connected won't agree to that. The only way that you can be a zombie slave is if you're disconnected from your sexuality, from your heart, from your energy. And that is one of the reasons, because I've always been like this social rebel against the system, because, I'm an intelligent, rational person. If something makes sense, fine. If it doesn't make sense, I'm like, whoa, let's stop there a minute. I don't really think that makes sense. So I've always looked for like, it needs to make sense to me. And it's not like a rational sense. It's an emotional sense. Like, it needs to feel right. And so many things don't feel right today in the world. And I'm the oldest daughter. I grew up with 2 narcissistic parents and very immature people emotionally who never took care of me. And I had 2 younger sisters that I had to take care of them. So I know, and I had to take care of my parents too, like, who else is going to do it? So I know where the place comes inside of me that I want to like help people and change the world. And I know it's from my pain. I've healed a lot of that pain, and now I'm kind of trying to use it in a good way to actually maybe reach a few people and make a difference. And in my belief, even if one person watches this video and something that I said in this video changes them or changes the way they see themselves or they see something in the world, I have done my job. I don't need 100,000 of views. You know, it's not my thing. I don't feel like success is in numbers. I feel like success is in quality and actually making a difference and an impact on someone else's life for the better. So that's why I make these videos, and that's why a lot of my content is about reconnecting to our sexual energy, to our masculine, to our feminine, and balancing both of them inside of us so that we can be whole human beings who have control over their lives and who can say no when something doesn't make sense, like not being able to leave your house because of a virus. Like, that doesn't make any sense, but yet the whole world did it. So, zombie slaves, we want to reconnect and become human beings again, divine human beings who have a spark of God inside of us, who have came to this world as souls in order to learn and to grow and to develop. And our growth and our development is being stopped at the moment because we're being weakened to be these zombie slaves. So that's one of the reasons that I talk a lot about sexuality and Tantra. It's not because I'm horny, I'm not perverted. I don't really think sex is that important in life, but I do understand the importance of being connected to our energy and our life energy and our life force, and that is the sexual energy amongst other things. And that is why it is so important to me. So let me know in the comments what you think about these things. I would love to hear from you. And please like and subscribe if you liked my video. I upload these, I don't want to say daily, but I really try to do it daily because it is very important to me and it's fun. I love doing it and I love talking to people and I love explaining this, you know, the world the way I see it. You can agree, not agree. I would love to hear from you in the comments what you think about all this. And I am a reformed, toxic, feminist woman who is balanced at the moment, but I have been on both sides of the fence, and that's why I talk about it this way. And if anyone has a problem with it, then put it in the comments. I would love to hear. I'm not afraid of confrontation, and I am very confident in who I am and what I talk about from experience. And I am 41 years old, by the way, so I think I'm already allowed to say that, you know, I have the experience in life that gives me permission to talk about these things. And I might be wrong, but I'm okay with being wrong too. I will learn that in the future and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, thank you for listening to this video and I will see you soon. And yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys.